supply chain, we're talking about coronavirus down in the kitchen.
Yes.
I know that... do you guys get your stuff manufactured in Hong Kong?
No. I'll touch on that a little bit. So we have a business partner based in Hong Kong, which is our manufacturer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a team over there of roughly...
150?
Yeah.
140?
So they're a huge business that manufacture global sunglasses.
Like 30
We're very
million
fortunate
pairs a
in
year.
the fact that they would never even give us a look in, but they approached us and said, we like what you're doing in the market. Can we talk? So we went and met them, and they now have a share of our company. But based on that, I mean, having them to, like, going back a little bit to when we were designing, leaning, like when we first started Soda, when the first 4 pairs that we launched with, that was purely just what we think was cool at the time. Now we've got the advantage of having data, and, you know, they're selling 32 million pairs a year. So we'll walk in and go, I'm loving these, and they're like, don't, because that style stinks.
And
doesn't sell.
They're selling to brands that are so big and planning so far in advance that they know what's coming.
So we have a team member there that's a trend projectionist, essentially. So she travels the world, fashion shows, and she just sits down with us and goes, this is sick in like 12 months, and we're all like, nah, I'd never wear that. And then the next year we sit in the office, I walk in with a pair of sunnies, she's like, I told you. Like, so now we listen to her, but having that advantage is unbelievable.
That's interesting, because I've always wondered how that works, because Ethan said the same thing. We've got a business partner, and so I'm guessing it's just like some sort of shareholder agreement where they become part of the business in a way.
Yeah, so they really they weren't doing anything in the social media space at all. They were very much, hi Zara, here are our pairs.
Yeah, here's 200,000 of them, like distributed around the world,
Yeah, so they just found, I guess, our business model and the conversations we were having, and more so, I guess, the conversations we were starting, fascinating. They just couldn't believe it. And I still remember vividly when Daniel, the owner, he's Australian but lives in Hong Kong, came to one of our parties, and he was just like, what is this? What have you guys done? But in the best possible way. He brought his friends, and they just stood there listening to Rufus being like, is this real?
How long's he been in the business for?
Daniel?
Like in the sunglasses game?
Oh.
Ages. Forever.
Know.
Like
That'd be fascinating.
They've got offices in New York, London,
Barcelona,
Hong Kong,
Yep.
South Africa.
I don't know.
Does he wear his sunglasses at night?
He actually wears our sunglasses, which is really cool. Well, I mean,
Luke wears his sunglasses at night. I think it's always a branding opportunity.
But back to supply chain. So with that...
how's that been?
So we obviously had... I mean, a lot of companies who just deal directly with the factory would be getting a lot of, I guess, mumbo-jumbo, you know. But having Daniel, and predominantly everyone over there is like Australian, and if not, speaks perfect English too. So when you pick up the phone, it's just like a conversation like this, which is amazing. But as far as we're aware right now, all our manufacturing factories are shut down.
Really?
They're not working.
We have a few thousand units sitting ready to come that were due about 6 weeks ago.
So we doubled down on our top 6 sellers for the For the Love tour that we did throughout February. So we're supposed to receive stock start of Jan, or mid-Jan, I think it was, 13th of January, ready for that influx of kind of brand awareness. So we went on tour, did the 3 weeks of For the Love with no stock, essentially. Not no stock, but I mean, we're probably 85% sold out of all our good stuff, like our main sellers. So that was, we doubled down to be able to capitalize on all that spend on this tour, and we had nothing to sell. I mean, we launched 2 new styles, which is kind of what saved us big time. Like we got them just in before this went down. So without that, we'd be a lot worse off.
Yeah, I've heard some horror stories.
But we've been told end of March. But, you know, what I'm kind of understanding is they're saying that, but then China's only got so many boats and whatnot that can get everything out, or planes or whatever. So it's kind of just get in line. I mean, the world's trying to get everything out at the moment.
Yeah,
the cost has skyrocketed, the freight
landed cost has gone up.
So I think, I mean, for us, it's affecting us like it's affecting anyone else who's in this market. we were actually just talking about this before. We feel very fortunate that we had quite a busy summer in the sense that we made a lot of noise, not necessarily selling. We sold a lot of product, but noise in the social space and event space that made sure people knew who Soda was and what we're all about. So even though we don't have product to capitalise on that now in sales, we've got tens of thousands of people waiting to purchase who have just sort of come into our funnel and are going, feed me. And once the stock comes, we will feed them. So we were kind of saying we're having a bit of a break. In the sense we're just going, what now? And I mean,
from December through to now has been
nuts.
Madness with the events. How many have we done? I'm trying to put a number. It's like probably 7, I think. Large scale events that we've put on.